welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and guess what? It's finally time for my next episode of Sketch with Me in this series. I introduced the birthday bonanza, what feels like eons ago, but it was right around the time we moved into our new house in Washington State, and I had a bunch of unpacking to do and organizing, and so this video got delayed just a little bit, but it's here now. And guess what? We're going to be doing one of the sketches from the July 2023 virtual crop. I picked sketch number 4 because I thought it really fit this collection well. So I hope you all will enjoy. Here it is, sketch number 4. I will hold it up so that way y'all can see what we're going to be doing and working with here for this sketch. I am going to be using our Balloons and Stars border punch, and I've gone ahead and stuck mine together because on our sketch we had these really fun ridges and it showed 3 of them, and I thought, you know what, let me just take the front and back of the same paper. And where did I put my scrap from that? Here. So what I did was I used this piece of paper that has the stars on the back and the pink check print on the front, and I punched 6 borders with our balloon and star border punch. And then when I did 4 of the pink side, and then I flipped the paper so that way when I went to stick these together, it would follow the same pattern. Because I knew I wanted to layer them in the sketch. It shows everything going the same way. And so that's what I did. I just used a little bit of repositionable tape to layer it and stick them together so that way I would still have the 3, but this way I put the confetti stars in the middle and the pink on the top and the bottom, and I just thought it was kind of fun. I mean, if you prefer this, you can do it that way, but I thought it popped more on the page this way because we are going to be working with the Fast to Fab pages from this collection. So I picked the page with the streamers on it. The back side has the fans, but I just thought that this was too fun and it kind of created that extra movement on the page, and I wanted it across the top because that's where I thought it made the most sense. We're going to have our border running through both sides of the page here, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what we're going to be adding in just a moment. I mean, you can kind of see, if you looked closely, you can see 6 balloon and star border punch. I've used some of my scraps for journal strips, and I did pull a sheet of Kelly Green cardstock, and of course I shouldn't say of course, but I am going to use several mats from the mat pack for this collection as well. Let me get this on the camera a little bit better. I did like the streamers going across the top of the page, and I'm just losing everything here. Can't seem to find my parchment board, and I can't find my little silicone mat, so I'm pulling out the large one, and I'm going to go ahead and flip these over, and we're going to get these on the page right away because that's the first piece that really needs to go into place. So let's run some of our repositionable tape through the back of our border, and I'm just kind of going in a zigzag pattern here. I guess I shouldn't say kind of. I am going in a zigzag pattern. Okay. And then I do want them to run right around the 6-inch mark. So, you know what I'm going to do? Let's flip this over. I'm going to scoot this over here. I'm going to go ahead and place my page onto the silicone mat, and we'll just go ahead and place it this way because our mat has measurements on it, just like our 13 by 13 mat does. And there's the 6-inch mark right there through the center. Let me undo this so I can actually read where it's hitting here. And how's about that? Pretty quick and easy. You can use your 13 by 13 cutting mat if you'd like, but sometimes you just have to use what's handy here. And since this is what was handy and I had out, let's make use of it. All right. Number 2. Okay. Get it to go across our page. And we are ready to start pulling out and adding some other stuff here. I've gone ahead and I pulled out 3 mats from our mat pack, and those are going to be all on the right side of our page. I pulled out the happy birthday one. That's going to go towards the top. I just really liked the idea of having a really big title. And then we had 2 that had the same kind of print around the outside here, this green check. And they have these on the back of them, but we're going to use the green side because I just thought it really complemented the page well. This is probably going to center a little bit better, but we'll get there when I go to start sticking things down. And then I cut 4 4-inch by 5.5-inch mats from our Kelly Green cardstock. And I didn't do 6 inches this time because I knew we're going to put 4 on a page, and I was kind of following the sketch a bit. And so I thought, let's go ahead and leave a little bit of space in between. Here we go. And we'll get these kind of centered here. Well, not totally centered, but we'll get them placed. So let's go ahead and get our mats put down, and then the fun part comes. We'll get to decorate the page a little bit, and I did pull out some embellishments from our embellishment pack to do that this time. You know, a lot of times I'll use the sticker pack, but this time I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. I decided to go ahead and pull out the embellishment pack. We are going to use some of the enameled pieces that are part of the embellishment pack as well. And though it's just, you know, it's nice to kind of look and see how to use some of the different products. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit because I do want to be able to fit. I'm not going to push down on it. Not yet. Just hang on. Make sure I'm kind of getting these lined up a bit here. Because remember how I said we're going to use these 2 strips, and I want to kind of offset these a little bit more towards the center. This is going to be for our journaling, and your black pen will write fine on these, or if you want to pull out one of the colors, pull out one of the colors. I forgot I already put tape on there. If you want to pull out one of the colors, you can pull out one of the colors. Now we should be able to go ahead and stick this down, no problem. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down as well. Why? 9 times out of 10, we always flip over the cardstock. I don't know. I think because all of our designer papers are double-sided, and it's just one of those things that we seem to do for whatever reason. Okay, well, let me see now. Of course, that I laughed at myself for doing that. I'm going to try to not do it on the other side. We'll just go ahead and grab all of our tape runner, get it all placed first, and then we'll flip these over and get them placed here. I'm kind of going to give it maybe 1/4 of an inch above the border here, and a little bit over from the edge of the page as well, about 1/4 of an inch as well. Just kind of centering things here so it looks nice on the page. And I'll do the same at the bottom here. I do have a little special embellishment for the bottom as well. crooked, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. So there are those. And then I picked out these two little floral, maybe it's supposed to be like a confetti type piece from our embellishment pack. But I'm going to put the one with the little pink bits to the right side and the one with the blue to the left, because I just thought that this does also help tie in some of the colors that are going to come on our other page a bit. And I'm going to grab some foam squares. I'm still working on my regular foam squares. If you're curious about the new foam squares, I do have a YouTube short that shows the sizing difference of the new foam squares versus these older ones that we have. I kind of just frame this end of our photo here, and you can easily get your picture underneath there. You can use your multi-purpose tool if you get caught on something, but I do try to be careful with the placement just to make sure that it is going to avoid my photos. Kind of going a little bit more towards this bottom part so that way this other part won't catch the corner of the photo. And then I'm just kind of making sure that I'm off the edges, of the paper. That one just a little bit too far. Here we go. Kind of making sure that we cover the corner, but we're off the edges. There we go. So that way it's kind of a pretty photo corner, if you will, at the edge of our two photos that are going to be at the bottom of the page. And I do have a little something extra for up there, but I want to pull in. It's actually going to be one of my enameled ones. I actually saw this purple star, and I thought, it just really repeats our pattern from our border that we punched. And I use my multi-purpose tool to help me get this placed where I want it to be. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to move my multi-purpose tool out of the way. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to grab my dual tip pen here, because on the embellishment, it has just a really thin little bow with the black string coming down, and we're going to be using this on up here. So I thought, let's draw a quick little string and bow for our one that we're adding. And it looks like it has one at the top, but I can't quite I don't think I can actually draw on the sticker. So, but it's nice to add those little details as well. Let's see here. I think I'm going to pop up our present as well. My pen down. Actually, I think I'm going to grab a larger one. Whoops. So much for putting my pen down. Here we go. So I also pulled out this green polka dot present with the purple bow because it does, again, repeats our colors. It adds just a fun little accent to the bottom of the page here, and we have the space for it. And put those away. Maybe. We're going to also get these stuck down. Grabbing out my mat again so I can use my repositionable tape. Make sure it sticks nicely. So our round balloons are going over here in the corner, kind of floating over our streamers. And then the other ones are going to go over here, also floating through the middle of our streamers. And that would be fun to use some of these little enamel dots. That's something else I don't always think to use, but I thought it would be really nice just to add a couple up here since we have these on the lower, and then maybe a couple on the sides over here. So we have lots of different colors. Maybe let's do the middle on this side. So the green. Get this green. I figure I'm gonna kind of match it. Uh-oh, did I flick one off somewhere? I want to match it, yep, I lost one. We'll also do I think we'll do the yellow in the middle, just to kind of give it a little extra bright pop of color. And then maybe the gray here, and we'll do the pink and purple on the other side. I know we're going to do the purple on the other side for sure. I want to do I feel like we need pink. Okay, we're going to do pink. So yellow and pink, and then pink. Do that one right-handed. And yellow. And looks like we're doing purple, blue, and whoops, blue-gray over here. So one first going to the bottom on each side. Let me get my tape runner out of the way here. And maybe we'll put the blue towards the top. And we'll put this grayish green in the middle. Yeah, I think we probably do need it. And if you really want, you could probably add it on the inside on this one, but I kind of like being consistent with having it on the outside there. You could add some of these fun fans. You could add more balloons if you like, but I think that's pretty good. Let me grab our sketch again, and then I will hold those up for you. So here was our sketch, and here is my version of it. Thank you all for your patience with me getting this done. Here is the left side of my page. This collection is just so bright and festive. Here's the right side of my page. That's it. All right, let me know your thoughts. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Until next time.